Welcome back. Normally when you see this top-down view, it is time for a postbag, and if you are assuming that, you're assuming correct, because this is a postbag. Except I have to mention a few things first. Sometimes other makers are kind enough to send me some of their stuff to check out. And in the past year or so, I got a few packages and they're all lying on the shelf. And that's not because I'm not interested in them. On the contrary, I leave them on the shelf and plan to do a good video about them. But then there's the question, what is a good video? So they keep lying on the shelf, and each time I see it, I think, no, that deserves a proper video. So I'm just going to do some other quick video. And that is why some of these packages today have been lying here for a while. And I thought, well, I'll include them in a regular postbag, but will take my time with it. So having said that, let's check out the first package that has been sent to me. This one has been sent to me by Binary Bug. Now, Binary Bug has a YouTube channel where he does a lot of stuff on soldering, and I subscribed to him, and a few days later a video came out where he was making his own Flux and he was doing a giveaway. And I joked on his channel, what if I'm already subbed? Which was actually a joke, but he was kind enough to send me some of his homemade Flux anyway. So let's see what's in here. This is really cool. He printed out my logo. Well, it's not really my logo, it's the intro of the video, and printed it out and put it on the box. That is really nice. Nice touch. Well, this is really well packed. There's a note. Let's see if there's any info on here so that I don't dox him. Well, no, I don't think there is. Hi Dustin, greetings and salutations from the UK. Firstly, thank you for taking the time to view and sub to my channel. Your support and encouragement is very much appreciated. I have enclosed a couple of things for you to try. Gel Flux in the syringe. Believe it or not, this is actually fake MTEX Flux from China. However, having used this for years, I actually like it a lot. It may not be perfect, however certainly does everything I need to. Having other YouTubers review various types of Flux, even they have rated it. I've sent it over for you to test for yourself. To give you an idea how cheap this stuff is, one Chinese seller on eBay is selling 20 tubes of 10cc for £11. For many who can't afford the £25 to £35 price tag, for other types of high-end Flux, this is a good option to go for. Even more so if you are just starting off. Or if, like me, just a hobbyist. Number 2, that's the test tube of liquid Flux. I used California rock rosin. As many on YouTube rated this, and having used it and other types myself, I tend to agree. And 3, various bits for future projects. Kind regards and keep posting your great content. Rob, Binary Bug. Well, thank you so much, Rob. Look at all this. I have to zoom out a bit, I think. First off, this is that syringe of fake MTEX Flux he was talking about, and it has a metal plunger on it. Actually, I've been using the same type of Flux, only without the metal plunger. I just have the orange plunger. But this is some good Flux if you are just looking for some cheap and probably fake MTEX Flux. Now, what else do we have in here? We have some jars. What are these? Some sterile jars. 3 of them. Oops. We have some, is this called a pipette? I don't know, in Dutch we call it pipette, but I don't know that is a translation in English. It's a dropper. You can dispense pretty precise amounts of liquid with these. Then there are a lot of syringes. Just keep coming. Oh, and there are various sizes. So this is a big one, a smaller one, and in here there's even some tiny ones. There is a funnel, some more syringes. This is his liquid flux bottle he's using. Stark Industries liquid flux with a needle. There is, what's this? Oh, there's a really big needle as well. And here is a pre-mixed flux tube. Now it has been sitting here for a while, so it's not really dissolved, or it's dissolved and started solidifying again. But maybe if I shake this, let's try. Yeah, that did the trick. Maybe I have to shake this for a long time, or maybe it's just been sitting here for way too long. I'll have to contact Binary Bug and see if this still is usable, and otherwise I will buy some IPA. Well, I have some IPA here and some of that solid rock rosin, and make my own flux with all these tools he gave me. I'm actually a bit ashamed that this has been lying here for so long. It's absolutely not that I'm not grateful. I am very grateful. Thank you so much, Rob. I encourage all my viewers and subscribers to also check out Binary Bug's channel. There's a link in the video below, and maybe say hi. The next one is another example of my leaving stuff on the shelf and not doing anything with it. This has been sent to me by Colin Hickey. You might know him as, well, Colin Hickey. He has a YouTube channel, he's on Twitter, he's done some appearances on MakerCast, I believe, as well. So let's open this up. I remember when this was sent to me. It's been a while. At that time I was still developing my ESP32 touchdown. And oh, by the way, Colin Hickey is also the one who is running the Eplop store, where you can buy an ESP32 touchdown. I'll link to that below as well. Anyway, I was developing the ESP32 touchdown and I was trying to get a reflow oven. And I was looking at Sion's, I should say, the Unexpected Maker's Reflow Master. And Colin said, well, it's an open source design and I made the design as well. Based on that design, maybe I can send you one. Eventually I got the Reflow Master from Sion himself. Thank you again very much. And it worked great. But this is an example of how open source designs can work. Now, Colin sent me everything I need for building his version of the Reflow Master. And some other boards. There's some header pins, some buttons, a diode. Some more boards. Don't know what this is. Check that out. And another board. This is called Reflow V1.5. Again, based on the Unexpected Maker's Reflow Master. And this is a completely through-hole version of that. He included a thermocouple. He included a SEM21 development board. Some headers, some pins. Is that a transistor? A diode. Some other button pads. Now I don't know why these are in here. Oh wait, these are some breakout boards for buttons for the Pi Girl. There is a buzzer, pretty big buzzer, should be pretty loud. He also sent me a touchscreen. This is the ILI 9341, I believe. It's a 2.8 inch TFT and touchscreen, and it uses the same touch controller as the ILI 9488 module uses. only this is a bit smaller. Again, thank you Colin so much for sending me this. I've been lacking the past few months, maybe even the last year. So thanks again for sending me this. I'm gonna build it and I'm gonna order another oven. So I have 2 reflow ovens. That way I can double my production. The next one has already been opened because I needed something that was in there. This one also sitting on my shelf for a while, except one of the modules that is in here I already took out. This has been sent to me by Locke. Let's see what's in here. That was quick. There is a D1 Mini TFT shield by Locke. And scan me. Well, here you go. Try and scan this. Now these are, by the way, all products he is selling himself. So check out his Tindie store as well. I'll again link to that below. There are 2 buttons on there. SMD. So some assembly required. And this is a tiny little TFT screen. And it says here, it is for the ESP8266 only, because it's a D1 Mini, of course. And this one is the TS100 Flexi Friend. Now you can use this to power your TS100 soldering iron using a USB-C power adapter. And what it also does, well, let me first unpack it. What it also does is allow you to use this very flexible cable. This is amazingly flexible. Instead of this cable, which this is the cable that came with my TS100, which is very unflexible. You can see it's just sitting there as a straight rod. And it's very annoying because it's very heavy and it keeps pulling my soldering iron back. And when I set it down, there's this big ferrite bead which always gets caught just at the edge of my table and sometimes even pulls out the power supply cable. So the idea is, let's not power this up. So the idea is you plug in a USB-C here and you have the option to select either 20 volts or 15 volts. Now it comes with some instructions. If you've ever been to IKEA, this should be no problem. So the first thing you do is you look at your power supply, and in this case the example says it's a 50 watt power delivery, 20 volts at 2.5 amps or 15 volts at 3 amps. And then you select which voltage you're going to use. So if your power supply can deliver 2.4 amps minimum at 20 volts, you set it at 20 volts. If not, you set it to 15 volts. And that requires a minimum of 1.8 amps. Now I bought a power delivery power bank, especially for this occasion. And let's look at its specs. And it says it can do 5 volt, 9 volt, 12 volts, 15 volts and 20 volt. 20 volt it can do at 4.3 amps, which according to our instructions is above the minimum. So we can set our Flexi Friend to 20 volt and it's actually already set to 20 volt. So I'm going to plug this into my wall and find a USB-C cable, plug that in here and let's see how it does. Alright, I've ran into an issue and it's an issue with my cable management or lack thereof. I can't find a USB-C to USB-C cable. I only have USB-C to USB-A cables. I am going out today to get a USB-C to USB-C cable so I can actually show you the Flexi Friend working. But the idea is USB-C goes in here. This XT60 connector connects to there. Is that the right way around? Yes. Nice and tight. And then the flex cable plugs into your soldering iron. And now you have a USB-C powered TS100. There's some other boards in here as well. This is the D1 Mini HID shield. Now this uses a CH529, which is a UART to USB HID IC. And this is a D1 Mini shield, like many of Brian's products are D1 Mini shields. This one plugs directly into an ESP D1 Mini. So the idea is you slide it over and connect it to your D1 Mini. And now your D1 Mini is also a USB HID, for example, a keyboard. Thank you so much, Brian, for sending me this. I don't know if this is going to help anything, because everyone who is subscribed to me is probably also already subscribed to your channel. But the link to Brian's channel and his Tindie store are in the links below. Now I'm going to leave the rest of this post bag for what it is, because this is becoming a pretty long video already. So thank you so much for watching. Check out all the links in the description below, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.